Bowl. It's Garoppolo. My favorite name in the NFL, Kendrick Bourne.
Well,
Touchdown.
it's just really good by Garoppolo, just buying time, overcoming, doing more than what coaching is asking of you. Move the pocket, find Bourne in the back of the end
So
zone.
the Niners capitalize on the penalty. They're up 9, ensuing possession. Can't guard Mike.
This is a sick route by Michael Thomas. He seamed inside and then absolutely slaps the corner by him. Great throw by Breeze.
So it's 42-40. Niners would kick a field goal, so they're up 5, and then it's Breeze, and he's throwing, and it's incomplete, but hold on, there's a flag. Rex, is this a good pass interference
No, I mean,
call?
Greeny, it doesn't really matter because are they going to go back, review it? We don't know what the hell's going to happen, so we play on.
Well, here's what happened. They would get a first down, and then it would turn into this. Breeze, Smith, touchdown. Saints up 46-45. They go for the 2, and critically, they don't get it. So it's a 1-point game. 49ers, here's your ball game. Final 40 seconds. 4th down play. George Kittle, the play they'll talk about forever.
I love the design. And then Kittle. Is this Mike Ditka? Is this Mark Bavaro? Is this Gronkowski, or is it the Hulk from the Avengers? Look at the physicality by Kittle right here. I'm not going to go down. I'm going to take you for a walk 15 yards and make sure we get into field goal range. That is an individual effort, and I don't know how many guys in the NFL can make that play.
They would tack on the 15 for the face mask, and that sets up this. This is how the best game of the year ended. Robbie Gould, it's good. Niners, a dramatic win, 48-46. Sean Payton, your thoughts?
I don't want to answer one officiating question today, so I won't. Keep going. Sorry. Listen, you're talking to me right after a tough loss, so are you telling me how I'm supposed to feel? All right, I don't feel encouraged. All right, I feel frustrated because we had opportunities earlier in the game offensively to take advantage of field position. We had a number of opportunities. We had missed assignments, so no, I'm not encouraged that way.
Look, he's upset because he knows how important that game is. That could very well determine, if these teams meet again, which building it's played in, and it'll be San Francisco, at least as it stands now. Rex, quickly explain the rule, because it was really your dad who changed that.
It really was. And what he did, he used to take the punt formation, throw the ball straight up in the air, knowing that his guy can catch it, or you're going to get a pass interference, or at least illegal contact down the field. And he did it like 6 or 7 times in one season. After that, they changed the rule.
Thanks, Dad.
You know, either way, thanks, Pops.
Pretty good, though.
Either way, at the end of the day, this game's about the 49ers, and particularly that 4th down play to Kittle. It's on Jimmy G, but Kittle's toughness, they're going to remember that for a long time.
Yeah, if the 49ers go on and win the Super Bowl, they're going to be able to point to that play and say, we won it because of that play. I mean, that play wins them the football game. The effort by George Kittle. George Kittle is becoming one of those guys in the NFL that teams, your own team can go, we've got Kittle. You don't. What's the difference? Well, we've got George Kittle and you don't. Good luck trying to defend him. He's become our version, our decade worthy of Rob Gronkowski. But if the 49ers go on to win the Super Bowl, it's going to be because this play, it's going to be because they have home field advantage. It's going to be because they're a West Coast team that doesn't have to go east for the playoffs, and they don't have to go through New Orleans. Like, that's how much that one play carries moving forward.
Can I tell you why they're going to win the Super Bowl?
Please do.
You're right. It's not the George Kittles and all that. It's because they had the faith in the quarterback on a 4th and 1 to put it in his hands that he would make the right decision. Like, did we ever expect that with Jimmy Garoppolo? We've been sitting back wondering, I don't know if they got the quarterback.
But that's been a worthy question.
Here.
Like,
no,
that has been a fair question to ask of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Look, taking the Niners over the Ravens?
Look, I've said this the whole season. I thought the best team in the league was the 49ers. But no, I'm going to take the Ravens.
But the Ravens are on one side of the draw, and the Niners are on the other.
Let's see it again.
They might see the Saints again, and we've talked about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and with the Vikings and Seattle in their own division. Do you think the Niners right now look like the team to beat in the NFC?
They look like the team to beat because they picked the team. They just beat the team I picked to win the Super Bowl in the New Orleans Saints. And then to go into that place and be able to get a win when you go toe-to-toe. What changed it for me, G, we knew the San Francisco 49ers had a good defense. This was an anomaly for them to give up this many points. I don't think they give up this many points the rest of the way. But the fact that Jimmy G and this offense was able to continue to respond to what Drew Brees and the Saints offense was doing, which we've known them for years, was really impressive. We like answering the question for Jimmy G, can you do this against another Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the best of all time? Yes, he stood in the pocket, he scrambled and got third downs when he needed to. It wasn't just turning around. Think about the narrative for the 49ers earlier this season. We talked about how well they ran the football. I'm not sure if Shanahan knew he had this in Jimmy Garoppolo before this game took place. It was just a great win for them because they discovered a lot of things they can do now.
When the Saints scored that touchdown that put them up 1, I literally had a tweet ready that said San Francisco has lost 3 games by a total of 7 points, and they're going to wind up a wild card, and instead they go down and do it. And the other thing I'll just say quickly, for anyone under a certain age, Rex and I are the only ones, that play by Kittle, that's what football used to look like. Right?
No question.
That was what football looked like in the 70s.
In the league, what it looked like that. You play quarterback, relax.
Well, that's why you have to throw that in there.
I
was waiting for that.
That's what football looked like when the Green Bay Packers were doing it in the 60s and the Steelers were doing it in the 70s. That play yesterday made a lot of
You weren't around in the 60s.
Larry Allen.
On the back. Larry Allen.
Ear holding. Rolling guards.
Let's
People
go.
getting slapped asleep.
Let's go from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Yeah, let me see if I can peel my wet paper off the table here and carry on. Finally, we have Baker Mayfield, and he is now criticizing the medical staff. Guys, I don't know how else to put this except for that you have to take a listen to what he said about how they handled Odell Beckham's sports hernia injury.
I'd say that, it wasn't handled right. He's not able to run as well as he should be able to, as well as he knows, and that's frustrating for him. You can sense that's some of his frustration where that comes from. So it wasn't handled the right way in our training room. So it is what it is. And so his not 100% is still good enough for us.
Can I give this kid a little advice?
Yeah.
Please
All right,
do.
because of a guy that butchers press conferences like I would always do. This guy right here is the same way. I had Bruce Spate was the greatest ever. All right, he used to tell me, he goes, Rex, you don't have to swing at every pitch. Dude, don't swing at every pitch just because you did 20 commercials in the offseason and you were almost 50% completion rate against Cincinnati Bengals, worst pass defense in the league, doesn't give you the right to comment on the entire building. So just, you don't have to swing at it. Let it go, okay?
Marcus.
How about that?
Wow.
Right?
Why is he talking about the medical staff?
Dan, help me. I can't understand. So I got killed by Cleveland Browns fans, right, for saying I thought Baker Mayfield was average. That was my opinion. You could think what you want. Sure. That's football. My whole issue with Baker Mayfield is, number one, this ordainment of being a team leader, right? Like, you ain't been in the building more than 12 months, and they already saying, but why do you continue to talk about things that don't have anything to do with you? I can't, for the life of me, Rex, this was the code I was brought up under in the NFL. If it doesn't concern you and it's somebody else, only positive things. If you don't have anything positive to say about anybody in your building, any part of your team or organization or franchise, keep that to yourself. Everything is in-house. He has continued to comment on things that doesn't concern Baker Mayfield. Now you got to walk back into a building with a medical staff that's responsible for making sure you're healthy. And you just
you're okay. Get back out there.
I think this is
get hurt.
Drag your butt back out there.
I think this is why I'm like, Baker needs to understand the magnitude of his words. You are not at Oklahoma anymore. You are talking about grown men and their livelihood.
Yes.
You were supposed to be the reason that Cleveland flipped. You were supposed to be part of the change in Cleveland. You were drafted to be the guy that was going to take this organization from being a laughingstock to being one of respect. You need to understand the things that you say carry weight because you're the CEO of a billion-dollar company. Circumstances don't create character, they reveal it. Your circumstances have not been good this year for Cleveland. Be a leader, be an organizer, be a difference maker for the positive for your team, not for the negative. Baker, you were supposed to be the guy to change this organization for the good. You've only been part of the problem.
Go ahead, Swagger.
It is so frustrating to me because, look, this is one of those situations where we look at Cleveland and everybody had their thoughts about what they would be as a football team or not. Listen, man, this position, and you said it. You said it, G, on this show. I don't know if a quarterback can lead being the type of guy Baker Mayfield is.
Because it's never happened.
It's never happened.
Right.
And now you comment on Duke Johnson. You talk about, first of all, his response to Hugh after they that is so disrespectful. You haven't done anything. Nothing to earn the right to look at a coach in the face like that that's been in the league that long. And now you come out and you talk about, Baker Mayfield, you are not the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Right. You didn't start this franchise. Relax, bro.
But part of the problem is put on. They gave him the problem. They gave him that thing.
Hold this thought. We're going to come back. Obviously, Rex doesn't hear the count.
Don't forget it.
Stand by.
Yeah, my bad.
Tom Brady's last pass Sunday was knocked away. We'll explain why the Patriots quarterback had a better option and what his decision says about his confidence in his teammates. And then, in a game that meant very little to absolutely anyone, Brian Flores was enraged at the end, and he was 100% right. That and more on the way. And I need a towel.